everybody, my name is Jamin Wilson and thank you for coming to my presentation today on positive thinking. I first just want everyone to think of someone in their life who is always positive, no matter their situation or their circumstance. You're around them, whenever they talk to you they have a huge smile on their face and you feel like you're the only one that matters and they're always happy. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is just positive thinking and how that can ultimately change the world. So wake up, smile, and tell yourself today is my day. I first just want to talk a little bit on depression, because when we think of positive thinking, I think it's really easy to say when someone's sad, well, just snap out of it, just be more positive and just be more happy. A lot of the cases we can do that, but I just wanted to talk on depression a little bit because it's not like that for them. They can't just snap out of something and ultimately have those happy and positive thoughts. So depression is a mental illness. It's not something that just they have. It's seriously an illness that they need to get medicated for so that they can have those positive thoughts. Some of the characteristics of depression is they have a depressed mood. They have a loss of pleasure in all or most activities. Some activities just don't excite them. They just don't want to go do that. They have a change in sleep. Sometimes they're really tired throughout the day where they can stay up throughout the night. So their change in sleep, their patterns just change constantly. They have a change in activity, fatigue or loss of energy, diminished concentration, and feelings of guilt or worthlessness. And I really think this last point is really interesting. When people are depressed, they really do feel like, why the heck am I even here? I feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel worthless. So I think the reason I brought this up is because when you are positive towards that person and you make them feel, that depressed person, that they are worth something, it could really, really help them because they feel like they aren't worth anything. So depression and suicide, they do go hand in hand. Of course, not all suicide comes from depression. I'm not saying that at all. But there is a correlation between those who have committed suicide and those who are depressed. Every 1 in 5 Americans are diagnosed with depression. And suicide is the second leading cause of death in America. In 2014, there were 42,773 deaths, all due to suicide. And death by suicide happens every 12.3 minutes. So now stepping away from depression, I just want to talk about positivity and how we can ultimately share that and maybe change the world. So like I talked about, people with depression already have low self-esteem. So if you go up to someone and you don't even know they have depression, even if you just smile at them, it can really, really go a long way and potentially save their life. Just on a more personal level, my father, who had depression, he felt like he wasn't good enough for anybody. So the words of affirmation really, really meant a lot to him. Even if you just said, hey, you're looking good today, or I really like your tie, or something silly like that, it really does mean a lot. So positivity, I really feel like it can save a life in the end. So in our world today, I feel like there's a lot of negativity that goes around. So how are we supposed to remain positive if there's negativity all around us? I feel like especially during this time with the presidential debates going on, there's just a lot of negativity everywhere. We see it on social media with conversations that we're having. So I actually did some research, and these are some ways that we can remain positive in kind of our negative world. The first one is meditation. It says that those who meditate daily display more positive emotions than those who do not. I've actually tried this. My friend and I have been going to yoga, and I really do feel like it helps a lot. Just taking those deep breaths in and thinking about your day and releasing the negative energy. I have noticed a difference in myself and in my mood. So I need to be more consistent with that, but I just thought that it was interesting that meditation was one of the most important ways where we can remain positive. The second thing we can do is writing. We can express ourselves through writing. So those who write about positive experiences have better mood levels, fewer visits to the health center, and experience fewer illnesses. The third one that we can do is we can play. I know that kind of sounds a little bit silly, but it told us to take time and schedule activities throughout your day where you can just play. And as I was reflecting this, I mean, we schedule everything throughout our life. We schedule when we go to school, we schedule when we go to bed, when we have meetings. We live off of a schedule, and I don't think we schedule when we can have playtime or when we can just be us. And so I thought that was really interesting on how we can remain positive as well. And the fourth one is just from me. We can have positive thoughts in the morning and start our day off right. I know for me, especially when Monday rolls around, I get those negative thoughts instantly. I don't want to go to school, I don't want to do this, but I've been challenging myself to just start out the day off right with a positive thought, and then it kind of helps set the mood for the rest of my day, and I think more positively throughout the day. So today I want to challenge everyone to pick up the habit of thinking more positively. In my class right now, in another class I'm doing, it's called the 90-Day Challenge. And it's a time span of obviously 90 days, and you think about what you want to do, you really ponder it, and then you go throughout your day, one day at a time, really trying to change. So typically it takes 66 to 90 days to form a habit. My professor who thought of this just decided to do the 90 days just so that we could draw it out throughout the semester. So what I want to challenge everyone is to say one positive thing about yourself every morning when you wake up. I think sometimes we're all so hard on ourselves, whether it's physically or mentally. But if you just look at yourself and really just say one thing you like about yourself, it could be that you're really friendly, you're really outgoing, maybe you like your hair that day. But I really do feel like if we're more positive with ourselves, then it can cause a domino effect when we're positive with everyone else. And then hopefully, maybe we'd reach some of those people who do have depression, and maybe we could eventually save a life. And then just also remember, no negativity at all. This is a positive experience, and we're having positive thoughts only. Last thing I wanted to say was just count your many blessings and name them one by one. I know we all have different challenges in our life. I know some of the classmates, when I told them what my topic was going to be, they said sometimes it is hard to remain positive when you're in those frustrating situations. And I agree completely. I'm not saying that it's not okay to be frustrated. I'm just saying that if we think of our many blessings, or just think of our blessings, then it really will help us remain positive throughout the day and hopefully change the world. So thank you for coming to my presentation.